after only 10 days, my heart was permanently declared out of atrial fibrillation for the first time in 21 years, as told to me by a cardiology nurse with 10 years experience, and I'd be wincing and, oh God, because I'd have these spasms because I needed to drain the tube. And they'd say, oh, I'm so sorry you're having that much pain. And I don't get it at all now since I've had the device.
Hey, Art, thanks so much for coming to spend time with me today.
It's my pleasure. The pleasure is all mine.
Ah, well, I'm excited to hear your story, Art, because I know you have lots of good stuff happening. So can you start off by telling the listeners a little about how you were feeling prior to coming to QHS?
Well, I suppose I could say I was still healing because I am a healer and I have been a healer of other people, and I was applying those techniques to myself. My spirit, I have like a healing team of my own that I work with, Archangel Michael and Raphael, and the MAP teams, the medical assistance program teams. And so I've given lots of healings, but so I know how to give healings to myself, and that's why I'm still alive. I mean, I would have died 11 years ago if I hadn't been this kind of on this type of path, But so it's all good, but it's really kicked off since I got this device. I don't know
When
if
did
you
you
can see,
when did you get your device?
on the 4th of November. So
Oh,
it's only been a week and a day. I mean, a month and a day. But I've got a list of 15 things that have improved here dramatically. The
cool.
biggest, the biggest being that my heart is, after only 10 days, my heart was permanently declared out of atrial fibrillation for the first time in 21 years, as told to me by a cardiology nurse with 10 years experience. She listened. She said, oh no, you've got no atrial fibrillation. So that's a biggie to me.
Yeah.
That's the title of my video, my interview, if you wish. But I can just kind of keep rattling here, and you tell me if I cut out.
Okay.
So I got another 14 things too, but there's more than that. So number two, I'm sleeping way better. Of course, everybody says that. Number three, my muscles are stronger. I notice I'm stronger, and my posture is better. I stand up straight. I couldn't do that before. When I get up, I stand up so tall now. It feels great. I'm more regular, meaning my intestines are working better, which is a good thing. That's a
Yeah.
good, healthy thing. I've got more energy than I've had for many years. Uh, I had an ear infection when I got the device. After 5 days, it was gone. I would sleep with the device right under the pillow there. My lungs and throat cleared of minor congestion in the first 5 days from being a light smoker of very mild mini cigars for a few years, ending about 3 years ago. And so I felt that. I felt that healing. I thought, what is that? I feel this tightness in my throat and I feel my lungs feeling funny. That was a healing, and it only lasted 5 days, and got new pair of lungs. So I've had small improvements in a few things, mainly my rotator cuff injuries. Um, they are improving very slightly, but that's replacing big unattached muscles. So that takes longer. And the other one like that is my inguinal hernia that is on the left side. And I had surgery on one on the right side about 4 years ago, but the one on the left side was manifesting. And so I try to put the device down there to heal that too, because it will. Uh, I had painful muscle spasms in my feet, and I would wear a device in my sock on top of my foot, each side, one side at a time, not two devices at once, you know. And once they clear up, I would do for the muscle spasms is I would put the device under my spine, under the small of my back, and sleep, or lay there watching a movie or something on my phone. And after a few hours, they're gone, you know. So number 13, I'm up to here, so I'm going quick.
You're doing great.
The burning question on the Vibe Tribe week was in regard to things we feel more confident about since getting our QTWave device. Case, I feel much more confident about going grocery shopping, for example, because the white production device has completely removed the level 9 and 10 pain from the binder tube, which I tuck between the cushion of my wheelchair and the seat. So if you can picture that's how it hangs down that way instead of hanging it by strings or something. I just hang it by the tube under my seat. And before I would have to stop in a hiding place in Walmart and pull it out and drain the tube into the bag, you know, because the pain was causing severe painful spasms. And I don't have to do that now because let me keep reading. So now it doesn't hurt to have the small amount of back pressure needed to push the urine on through to the bag without having to remove the tube in public. You see what I'm saying?
That's nice.
This is a big deal for me because it was always even my caregivers when they would take me to the store, you know, and I'd be wincing and oh God, you know, because I'd have these spasms because I needed to drain the tube, and they'd say, oh, I'm so sorry you're having that much pain, and I don't get it at all now since I've had the device. I've got the device on my neck right now, right back here. So it's great. I'm just flabbergasted. And I want to do a summary because I've had so many things healed already, you know. So let me keep reading this here. It has made a huge difference with the added benefit that this new method is an automatic form of what is called retraining the bladder to get used to filling up normal amounts of urine instead of always being completely empty. And this is what people do when they're getting prepared for a permanent bladder removal. They have to retrain the bladder first. So this is normally done by intentionally blocking the tube for certain length. It's being done automatically and painlessly. See, normally that's a painful procedure to go through, but I'm not having any of that kind of pain now since I've had the device. And that's just completely transformed my life as far as going out shopping and stuff. And that's big to me. I mean, pain-free. I'm going to do number 14 and 15, and then we'll have to find something else to talk about. I had an accident in high school when I fell out and I landed on my back and injured my back and sprung like a bow and landed on my head and couldn't breathe and all this. And I had friends that helped me trying to get breathing again. In a car going down a little side street, and I went right over the car and landed on the pavement on my head. And I was unconscious at first, had come back to consciousness. And this knucklehead just got out of he kept going, pulled into his driveway and left me laying in the middle of the street. Anyway, another guy came over and helped me, and he went out and chewed that guy out. But 2 severe neck injuries and several lower spine injuries have greatly healed by laying on that with the device under my spine, but also up on between my shoulders. And so I can't get over it. It's just, this thing is so wonderful. And I think I'm getting these quick results because I'm already tuned to the frequency of it, because I've been practicing meditation for decades and manifestation for decades. And I know how this stuff works. So that's why I'm getting such quick results, because I know normally you don't like to do an interview. We can do another one later if you want, if there's anything else. But these are, I mean, so many things are already healed here. I'm a new person here after 1 month.
Oh, well, you just wait till the Q arc and you have your do-over. Then you're going to be a totally new person when your cells are all the age of 30 and they're healthy and vibrant.
I can't wait. I know. I can start flying again. I've got going to be getting our ranch. My brother from a previous life is going to be getting. We're going to be getting our ranch back. I was going to buy it from him, with the Zimbabwe bonds that I had and that I still have, and but his wife wanted him to sell it because she wanted her share of money that was owed them and from other places, and so he had to sell the ranch. But it's 650 acres. No, I'm sorry, 360 acres. Sorry, but it's surrounded by national forests and BLM lands. So it's totally, totally isolated. Deep, deep mountains of Idaho. And it's got an 1,800-foot grass runway that he and I are both pilots, so I'll be building a hangar next to his. He flew me up there a couple of years ago, back in 2017. I stayed with him for a month and a half in town in Sun Valley, Idaho. And yeah, it's just, and I'm looking forward to being mobile again. I want to get me a Toyota Tundra, and I'll move out. I was in a nursing home for 2.25 years, and now I've been for a little over 1 year now. I've been in an apartment here by myself, and it's a big, roomy apartment. And I keep my living room empty because I exercise each morning. I get up. That's how I got out of the nursing home. I would exercise. I like they were going to. I kind of semi passed out in the wheelchair when I first got there once, and they were doing therapy with me, and they said, "Well, I'm doing that," and they were going to just leave me laying in bed until I died, and I said, "No, I got stuff to do," and I figured out how to get myself up and get myself dressed. I figured out how to change my own briefs, if you know what I mean, and that's adult diapers. And I figured out how to get up and walk, or get myself up into the wheelchair at first, and I would wheel around in the wheelchair just to be active a little, just to get out and exercise my arms, if nothing else. But soon I figured out how to stand up behind the wheelchair and hold the handles and use the wheelchair to steady myself. And I'd go up and down those long hallways in the nursing home, And I got up to where I was doing about 2 football fields every day before I'd sit down and wheelchair my coffee, And that's how I got out of there. I said, "Look how healthy I am," and they had to let me go. They discharged me, and that was November 30th, 1 year ago. So it's only been like a year and not even a week yet.
Congratulations. Sounds like you have work to do,
Oh yeah. Well, I've got my orphanage in Uganda. That's my biggest project, and I've been supporting that orphanage for 7 years with my Social Security check and my Canada pension plan. I'm a dual citizen of Canada and the U.S., and so, but once we redeem, then I'll be able to go full blast on that, and we're going to buy that orphanage. It's only 20,000, and then we're going to get some property and build a big, like 200-bed orphanage just outside outside of Jinja, Uganda, it's called. So it's a wonderful experience. I mean, this has been the most gratifying thing I've ever done, I'm sure, in many lives, not just this life. You know? I mean, I can't imagine anything more gratifying in any thousands of lives or millions of lives before.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, will you come back and do another interview after your do-over?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Définitivement, as they say in French. I lived in Quebec for 2 years, so I picked up some French. I was a fire patrol pilot up there.
Oh, fun. Good
Yeah.
for
And I was, most recently, I was a consultant for 3 Fortune 100 companies as a software test engineer. So
Oh, wow.
Microsoft, yeah, and Intel Corporation.
So you're a smart
Before
guy.
I, well, that's relative. Some people don't think so.
Well, you must be if you're consulting those types of companies. That's
It was the
awesome.
best money I ever made, but I was not saving up though. I should have been saving up, because
Yeah,
old age crept up on me.
that happens. Darn it, but not for long because we have great things coming down the pipeline for everyone. And so I'm sure that the QHS projects are going to help you with all your humanitarian projects as well.
Oh yeah, I've got a long list of other ones I want to do, but this one is what I have been doing for the last 7 years.
Well,
And
imagine if you could get a replicator and have food for all of these kids.
can you imagine that? I know that's so fantastic. People ask me how long before you're going to go get in the QARC bed in Salt Lake, and I tell them, well, I guess in the spring maybe. I just don't really know, and I
Yeah, none
don't
of us
guess.
do. We're waiting
Yeah,
for safety. When it's safe, we'll be able to do that.
yeah. So you can't push it, but it
We-
will come.
It
It
will.
will come, and we're just improving all the time. I tell people I'm 75 going on 30, you know.
That's a good one. I like that.
This is true,
It's
but
true.
they think I'm joking, but I'll just leave it at that.
Oh, Art, my whole family feels that I'm a little like I've lost it, but I don't care. I know where I'm going and nothing's going to get in the way, right?
Yeah.
We
And
know.
you look half your age, I'm sure. I'm
Aw,
not going to ask your age, but you look like you're 30 already.
thank you. That's
So,
almost half. I'm 58.
yeah. 58,
Yeah, 50.
5'8",
Mm-hmm.
oh, 68.
No, 5'8".
Oh, 5'8". Okay.
58.
Okay.
So, but I mean,
Yeah.
just don't see me that close. When you look close, you see. So,
Well, when people are on camera, it brings out things that you don't normally see, but you look really good on camera. You look like you're 30, to tell you the truth.
well, thank you,
Yeah.
Art. You're trying to win me over, huh?
I need all the love I can get.
Well, I'm
That's why
telling you, do you show up to all of our meetings like the Vibe Tribe and do you participate? Because to me, I can't get over the love that I feel when I attend those.
I'm basically the Vibe Tribe, and uh, before I got my device, I was getting healing from the vibrations that I experienced in that loving group. And I just love the Vibe Tribe. It's my tribe.
Yeah. I'm happy to hear you say that because I've heard that, but hearing it out of like an individual's mouth instead of hearsay, that's really special. And I'm going to let Julie know that you said that because that's the goal, is to have everyone come and get the healing started right away because it will happen.
Yeah. Well, Mickey got me into that. She kind of persuaded me to start attending, and I reluctantly at first started doing it. Now I'm hooked. I just love the Vibe Tribe meetings.
Yeah,
And
they're
and
good.
like I said, it was giving me healing before I got my device.
Yeah.
because that's healing energy there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Frequency is everything. And you
Yes.
can absorb it. I mean, like I was a Reiki master and I would do Reiki like on somebody without them being here and they could feel it. So it
Yeah.
totally makes sense that you can feel the energy in a meeting. So
Yes.
I'm glad that you go and I'm glad that you've been going. So
Oh
that's
yeah.
wonderful.
It's my tribe. That's so perfectly, phrased when whoever came up with the vibe tribe, that was brilliant.
Yeah, I like
Whoever
it.
came up with that name. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Art, thank you so much for sharing everything. What would you like to say in closing, my dear?
I just love everybody. And I love everybody to start with all the time, but I love everybody in this group, especially, and Love One Society, of course, because that's where I was for a long time before I found out about this QHS. But it
Yeah.
was meant to be. That's why I
Yeah,
found out about it.
it's good synchronicity, the two organizations working together, and just wait till you see what's
Perfect.
coming down the pipe.
Perfect. And I just love the people, Cynthia and Ron and Will Barney. He's so sweet. And yeah, it's good. It's good stuff.
Cool.
So yes,
Okay, my
and
darling. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time.
I look forward to that too.
All right. Have
Well,
a beautiful day.
Thank you for making this QHS project fly. This valorous admin team, thank you. The Key community welcomes you. Thank you for making your home QHS healthy and happy. Thank you for helping us place QH centers all around the world. Together, hand in hand, we make miracles happen. QuantumHealingSystems.org. Thank you.